Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Let's Kung Fu, episode, I want to say 37. Yes, 37. There we go. Um, wow, my screen's all jacked up. Let me make it so I can actually see. There we go. Tonight, super awesome. We have an interview with desRow, who recently joined FXO. He's a pretty famous in the scene. If you're a TOS player, you probably know who he is, or if you like to watch people who stream all the time, you should know who desRow is. He's a super prolific streamer, and yeah, he's an awesome guy and agreed to do an interview with me. So big thank you to desRow. There's not a lot of housekeeping news for us tonight. I don't have any particular interviews lined up for next week. So, as always, if you would like to be interviewed, shoot me an email. Feedback at letskungfu.com. But worst case scenario, I will release the Thor video. I did shoot a video for it over the weekend, but it didn't really turn out. So I'm probably going to reshoot that tonight or over the next couple of days. So one way or another, you will get something cool out of me within the next week. That's pretty much all I've got before we jump into the interview. This interview was recorded a couple of days ago, so you'll notice that my clothes are magically going to change in just a minute, and my hair is probably going to be a different shade of pink. So let's see if I can remember what scene I set this up as in XSplit. Nope, not that one. Okay. Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, my mic here. It's better. I'm doing well. What about you?
I'm doing excellent. Just so you know, I'm not actually shooting you out live. I'm just recording locally. This will go out live on Wednesday.
Oh, why?
Uh, that's just generally when I air is Wednesday nights.
Oh, all right. Okay. Well, I'm ready.
Awesome. So we'll just dive right in. I do have your stream open in the other window.
Okay. Hey,
Uh,
you can show your camera on Skype for me, or that doesn't work with XSplit.
it should. Well, I didn't do a. Here, let me do that.
Oh, damn. It's sick. Wait, is that like Hold on. Is that what's the name of it? Like is that like a green? No, like
Yeah. No, it's
yeah.
a green screen.
Oh really? It is sick. Guys, take a look before we start. It's pretty sick. How much did it cost? I wanted to make one, but
It was actually pretty cheap. It was a couple $100s.
damn. Nice pink hair, by the way.
Thanks.
All right. So I'm ready.
Cool. So yeah, I mean, obviously, you're desRow. I would introduce you, but that kind of seems unnecessary. I think everybody knows who you are.
Yeah. Well, I mean, some probably. Well, I mean, if there's new people, they maybe not know me. I've gone to Korea. I sent myself, and then I've gone to Poland. I sent myself. And I stayed in Korea for 6 months. Stayed in Poland for 3 months. Simply because I wanted to practice over there. Gaming house is always better than at home. And I also stream every day on Twitch TV, and that's how I got the money, and that's how I'm making a living. To also, that's how I got the money to go to Korea and Poland. So that's yeah. I think that's a decent intro, and I'm French Canadian. I'm kind of big too, but it's okay.
So we'll get into some like reasonable hard questions towards the end. But I like to start off with fun things to just kind
Yeah.
of get to know you a little bit.
All right, all right.
So other than StarCraft and StarCraft 2, what's your favorite video game?
Oh, lately it's been CS:GO, simply because it's like competitive and it's not like MOBAs. Like of course if your team sucks, it kind of impacts you, but you can like still like do a 1v4 or 1v5 and and Dota or League of Legends, you're stuck in an hour and you can't really do that. So I've been playing a bit of CS:GO on the side, sometimes like a game a day or every couple of days. So that yeah, that's my favorite.
Obviously, you're a Protoss player, which
Mhm.
I support. I'm Protoss. But so why did you pick Protoss? Why do you like the race?
I was I think 11 or 12 in Brood War or like StarCraft 1, and me and my friends played like a retarded mod. It was like 2v2 on a big game hunter, but it was set so we could have like 400 or 600 supply, and we would play like these like 1.5 or 2 hours game. I was massing carriers and cannons like a SimCity of cannons on the sides of my bases, making carriers. And I thought carriers are badass. And then StarCraft 2 came out and I was like, wah, carriers were cool, man. So let's pick Protoss. So that's the reason I play Protoss.
So what do you think about Heart of the Swarm?
I mean, it's good. Uh, I mean, I'm not too satisfied about Protoss. Like, I think the Oracle is pretty lame. Like it's too fragile. The like it's quick but very fragile, and like everyone is like marines, turrets, queens, and you don't really want to make that in PvP. So I'm a bit disappointed for that. The rest is really awesome. The mine has new dynamic. The Reaper has new dynamic. The L-bats, I mean, not really for PvT, I think. But yeah, like everything's cool. The Viper's cool. The Swarmos is ridiculous. If they can camp you, make you like they're camping you and containing you. That when I played, it was a bit ridiculous. But I don't know. Like I haven't played enough, and I'm not good enough to complain about balance. But yeah, everything's good except the Oracle, in my opinion.
So what's your favorite new unit or change in the game?
Mothership Core. It's like, and I really like Time Warp. Like I thought it was fitting the Oracle a lot, but now that it's on the Mothership Core, you can do like sick flanks. Like you know he's coming to attack you. You saw him on the minimap, and then you flank him with a Mothership Core that slows his army, and then you can trap it with a force field. I think that's really cool. The recall, you know, if you have 2-3 units that are harassing, you send it with the recall early. You send a mothership core with it early game. You recall that. That's really cool. So yeah, mothership core is my favorite.
What's your least favorite?
Least favorite. Well, like I said, Oracle like turn rate, HP, and usage. Like they took out, they put the revelation on, but like, what's the point of making an Oracle for detection? And then yeah, that's my least favorite.
What unit do you see? Like when you run into it on the ladder, you just kind of see it and go, "Oh crap! Why did he build that?"
Um, hmm. It's a very good question. Uh, very, very. I mean, I guess if we're talking about Art of the Swarm, I would say like Brood Lords. Like I feel like if you're just gonna mass Brood Lords, it's not really the right thing to do with the new Tempest. So yeah.
Um, is there a specific other like professional player that you just really really want to beat in a match?
Um. Hmm. I don't know. I think Scarlet would be nice because she's Canadian, or Huck. I mean, outside of that, I don't have any preference.
So you lived and trained in Korea for a while. What was your favorite part of doing that?
The culture, the fact that it's crowded, simply because everything's close to you and there's a lot of everything. There's a lot of shops. There's a lot of restaurants, and also getting around is like $1.50 to take the subway, and you can travel anywhere as long as you take the right transfer. I got lost for 2 hours once, but so yeah, Korea is just like really amazing. It's just like I wish they would speak English more, because like, but at least compared to Poland, they're not rude. Like they try to help you and they try to hand gesture. In Poland, they just look angry and they don't like want to help you at all, and they like roll their eyes and like they like you see on their face that they can't wait for you to just leave, and so that they can go back to speaking Polish and being grumpy. Like they don't really want your money in Poland, in my opinion. But yeah, that's what I liked about Korea.
Would you go back if you had the opportunity and the obviously the income to support it?
Well, yeah, the income is like that's not gonna happen unless I win tournaments. Because every time I go to a team house, then I lose a huge viewership. Like every time I lose a good average. Like before Korea, I had like 6, 7, 800 average. Then I went to Korea, I had 200, 300 average because I couldn't commentate. Same thing with Poland, really. So unless I started winning and getting a good salary and started winning tournaments, I wouldn't go. But I would go if like I would say okay, I'm gonna quit StarCraft 2. Let's give it a last ditch effort, and then I would try to go to Korea. So like before quitting StarCraft 2, I really want to go back because it's like a really amazing country. So yeah, I mean it's situational and everything, but it's not until like the end of the year or maybe 2014. I don't know.
Cool. So you wound up changing teams a couple of times in 2012.
Yeah,
You started off on Legion, and then I think you went to Eclipsia, and then
yeah,
Pulse, and then now FXO.
yeah,
Um, I know that you've said that you wanted to avoid like being called a team hopper or anything like that. But
yeah.
why did you change teams so many times?
Well, I mean, Legion was my way to get into a Korean team house. And then once I got over to Korea, I learned that they were sleeping on the floor and that they had like a tiny ass apartment. So once I learned that, and they like were asking me to pay like 400 or 500 a month to go to their team house, I was like, well, I don't really want to go to the team house. And like didn't support me at all to go to Korea, like didn't pay anything, and they got like really good publicity out of it. So I was sort of bitter that like things didn't go like weren't flat out like explained and like I don't know, like I was just and I was all like it was like I left like I think it was like the first or second month I was in Korea. So I matured a lot. Like the best way to learn about yourself and be a better person, I think, is traveling and living a lot of experiences. So like I've learned a lot from that point. Like maybe I should have stick it out. Maybe I should have suck it up. And then Eclipsia, I mean, it sounded like too good to be true. And then like I don't know like if the guy like the owner did cocaine or something, but like he would log on Skype and be like, all right, so we're doing a current team house. We're gonna go get like at least one Code S player, a few Code A. We'll do the team house. You guys will make content out of the team house. Blah blah blah. And then they're like fucking like sorry for the F word, but like an hour later or like a day later, he changed his mind. He's like, "All right, it's too much money. No, like I don't know what we're gonna do with you guys, but no, we're done." And like it was like up and downs of emotions of like the guy. Like I asked him, I personally did. I was like, "Are you sure you don't do drugs? This is not right." And he was like, "No," but he was really hot-headed too. So and then so yeah, we all left Eclipsia, me, Scarlet Slug, and another guy. Um, Afterwards, what was the other thing? Oh, Pulse. Yeah, Pulse sounded too good to be true. I had like a pretty good salary. I was happy. It was a really good team. I was hoping we would do well in team leagues. And then a month later, they cut us off. They were like, "Yeah, we want to restructure our organization. The sponsor that we're about to sign looked at our budget, and you guys cost too much. So we're gonna keep the two lowest salary player and cut the rest of you." And they sent emails out to say, yeah, you guys are not part of Legion anymore, Pulse anymore. And like, I don't understand like the thinking behind it because they sent me to GMAC Bucharest. They spent 1 month of salary on a team. Like they didn't even like add time to see like return of investment or not. So like they were new obviously, and they lacked experience. So like you could say Pulse was unlucky for me. Like I thought like oh they look like they know what they're doing. They look like they're gonna be stable. So I picked them. But yeah, the real reason why I picked Pulse and the reason why I've been up and like in and out of teams is because for me like the achievements were never really there. So it was always like I want to join a respectable, stable team. Uh, and I'm willing to whore myself out for it. Like you don't have to give me anything. I'll be on your team and like prove myself from there. But they said no all the times, and I tried like almost every team. So then my only option was to get travel salary with shady teams not stable teams. So now with FXO, they don't have any budget, so I don't have a salary, I don't travel, but like FXO is not going anywhere, so I'm really happy to be with them. We have a good team. Like the NE team's really good. We're gonna do well, and IPTL amateur division. And yeah, it's gonna be really awesome. So that's my parkour of 2012 with the teams.
So, FXO bought out Legion.
Yep.
So it's kind of interesting that you're with FXO, their North America division now. Was was that influenced by the time you spent in Legion? Was your decision to make that
uh,
change?
Actually, it didn't help me because they had like a bad impression of me. Because back then I was like on a different time zone, so I couldn't really practice. I couldn't really play Clan Wars. So they were like, he doesn't play. He only cares about himself. So it was a little hard to convince them. And also some of the management that stayed over learned a lot after a year of doing that. So there wasn't any hard feelings. It was we talked a lot on Skype before that happened. We talked for like uh, 2 weeks maybe before like it was officially announced. So no, I mean it didn't like I mean like the people on Legion. I had good friends there, so it helped. But they weren't like so good. Like they still had a bad impression of me. So I don't know. I'm not
Uh,
sure if I answered your question. I'm sorry.
that's all right. How do you like being on FXO now?
Like I said, lots of practice partners, and we have a really good relationship on Skype. We talk every day. That's something that I only had with like that's a thing that that's always plagued me is I never really had a team like a family. Like Eclipsia, we were like a family for whatever time it lasted. But a Pulse was like a mercenary team. Like someone would write on Skype, and then like a week later, oh yeah, I agree. So, but with Legion, like we log on each every day, and we just talk to each other, and it's really friendly. Lots of diversity. We have well maybe too many Zergs, but we have a lot of Protosses, lots of Zergs, and a few Terrans. So it's really good. Really enjoying it.
So are you hoping to get any like specific kind of tournament achievements this year? Like, are you hoping to take an MLG or what is your goal for 2013?
Well, I mean, there's always gonna be Koreans, so I want to be considered one of the like North Americans representative versus the world. So like I want to be one of the best North American player, so that when I go to events, people expect me to defend the honor of North Americans versus Koreans and Europeans. So that's my goal. That's a thing that was never really a goal. Like you always want to be good, you always want to do better. But that was never really my goal, and I feel like I'm not too far from it. And also one thing I've never done before was practice a minimum of 10 hours a day, up to 12 hours. I try to set myself for 12 hours sometimes. I gotta go to bed or I get like cooking to do or some stuff. But yeah, I've started doing that for about a month now, and you can see the improvement. And it's something that's really hard to commit to if you are not in the right shape mentally. Korea, I struggled with my weight. I was depressed, and I think like the last 3 months, I like ate chocolate bars all day, and played like 20 hours a week. In the last month, like in November, with Poland, it hit me again. I was because I couldn't control my weight. I was depressing that I was gaining the weight back, and then since I was depressed, I was eating chocolate, and then I was more depressed because I was eating chocolate. So like it's now I'm at home. It's really easy to control my diet. It's really easy to do everything myself because that's another thing too in Korea and Poland. Like everything's written in another language. Like how are you supposed to buy the right food, make sure it's that, and everything. So yeah, I mean, I I forgot your original question, but my goal is to be a top North American player and the reason I'm confident that I will achieve that this year is because I've changed my practice regimen and that I'm in a better shape mentally. There you go. I recapped it.
Great. So you've pretty much answered all my questions for you tonight. Do you have any final words you want to say? Any shout outs you want to give? Anything like that?
Um, hmm. Well, I'd like to give a big shout out to FXO for giving me an opportunity. A lot of people think I'm BM, I'm crazy, I'm this and that. Everyone makes mistakes. I've learned a lot, I've matured a lot. And also, another thing is like if you think people will make mistakes, that's just crazy. I mean, I'm under the public eye all the time because of the stream, because of who I am and where I am. So yeah, I mean, hopefully people that didn't like me before this interview start liking me. I mean, you can't make everyone like you. So yeah, I just wanted to give big thanks to FXO for giving me a chance, even though they were wary of my reputation. And I'd like to give a big thanks to my fans, my viewers. For sticking with me, even during Poland, even during Korea, even during hard times, even during losing streaks. Thanks to them, I wouldn't be here. Without them, I would be, working full time while studying and having like a crappy, well, not a crappy life, but it wouldn't be as fun and spicy. And thanks to you for the interview. Also, they can. I guess I could give a shout out to the sponsors. A shout out to Razer for sponsoring us, and shout out to Twitch .tv. Yeah, so my Twitter, twitter.com/desRowFighting, facebook.com/desRowFighting, youtube.com/desRowFighting, and twitch.tv/desRowFighting. So thanks to you, Damen, for the interview.
It's been my pleasure. Thanks again for coming on.
Yeah, no problem, dude.
All right. See ya.
Peace!
Alright, guys, and that was desRow. Again, huge thanks to him for coming on the show, uh, allowing my magical wardrobe change that amuses me greatly. Um, but yeah, huge thanks. Definitely, I suggest checking out his stream, follow him on Twitter, all that good stuff. Um, he's always very entertaining to watch play, and I know I've learned a lot watching him play. That said, that's pretty much all we've got for tonight. Again, I don't have anyone lined up yet for next week, so either it will be an interview with a yet unknown person, or I will do the Thor StarCraft exercise video for you guys. One way or another, I'll make sure we've got some good content for you. And the other thing is, make sure you are checking out the After Hours Gaming League, afterhoursgaming.tv. My company is playing, of course, and I also help run the league. I'm even rocking our team t-shirt at the moment. But super awesome, bunch of tech companies playing StarCraft 2 and League of Legends for charity. It's awesome, and yeah, you should definitely watch all of the games because they're just epic. That's all I've got for tonight, guys. I will see you all next week.